Good morning, dear students. I am Manjunatha BS. I am going to teach you the English grammar. Okay. So the grammar what we are going to study, that is related to English language. English language is a foreign language for all of us, especially for the Indian speakers. It is a foreign language. If we have to speak grammatically correctly, so it is essential to know the grammar part of this language. Let us try to understand the grammar components of English language. Okay, what is grammar, that we have to know before going to deal with grammar fully. So first we have to know that what is grammar. What do you mean by grammar? It is nothing but a scientific study of a language. Scientific study of a language is called as grammar. Okay, it is common to all the grammars of different languages. It is not that only relevant to English grammar. Any language you take, and if you want to study that, the definition will be almost same. Scientific study of a language is called as grammar. Okay. Now, what is the first lesson that we have to learn in the subject, in the English language grammar? Okay. So, first thing is related to sentence. What do you mean by sentence? What do you mean by sentence? Sentence is nothing but it is a group of words. It is a group of words. Which gives complete sense. Is called as sentence. Take for example, the sun is a star. The sun is a star. So what is the definition? Sentence is a group of words. So how many words are there? There are so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this number, don't think that it is a fixed number. It may be different. Okay, only 3 words will be there or 2 words will be there, whatever it is. But it is a group of words which gives complete sense. What does it mean? The sun is a star. It is a full sense, complete sense according to the definition. What does it mean? Let us take only this much, the sun. It is also a group of words because there are 2 words. If you take only the sun if you take, it is also a group of words. There are 2 words. That's why it is a group of words. But it is not giving a complete sense, because when you read only this much, you don't understand completely. The sun, what do you mean by that? The sun, okay. So that is the kind of question you are going to get in your mind. Or is a star. If you read this much only this part of the sentence, is a star. Okay, is a star. Again, it is an incomplete group of words. It is not a complete group of sentence. Okay. complete sense it is not giving to us. It is breaking, it is stopping in the middle. It is not giving a complete idea about anything. Is a star. That is only the thing we are going to get, but we are not able to understand completely what is all about it is going to tell us. The sun is a star. Both are a group of words, but they don't give a complete sense. Only when you put it in this order, the sun is a star. It is clear. Okay, so we understand that sun is a star. Sun is one thing, that is nothing but a star. Okay, that is the idea we are going to get. So therefore, sentence is a group of words which gives complete sense. Okay, so it is clear according to the definition, according to the description which is given here. Okay, you take any other sentence, it should be a group of words and it should give a complete sense. Even sometimes if it is not a group of words, okay, at least you should get a complete sense. Okay, sometimes it happens. Take for example, people walk morning, in the morning hours. Okay, people walk in the morning hours. If you take this sentence, if you read only this much, walk in the morning, it also gives a sense. Walk in the morning. Okay, somebody is saying that walk in the morning hours. Somebody is saying to do some job. Then also it is giving us a complete sense. Maybe it is in a different tone, but it is giving us a meaning. Okay, and when you read this in the morning hours, if you read only this much, it doesn't give a sense. It doesn't give any idea for us. If you read only people, okay, what is that? People, fine. So you get a lot of questions when you listen only the word people. Okay, people. So what? That is the thing. That is the thing. Okay. Let us forget all the things. Let us just keep only one word, that is people. We are going to remove in the morning hours. That also I am going to keep it. Walk. So it means it sounds something like somebody is telling us to do something. Walk. So if somebody is telling us to do, that is walk. Okay. So sometimes only one word can accomplish the task of giving some sense to us. Okay. So in that way, it may not be group of words. Sometimes it should be able to give complete sense. This is very, very important. Giving complete sense is very important. Okay. Rather than it should be a group of words, it should give a complete sense is very important part when it comes to sentence. Okay. Then that one only we can understand that it is a sentence. Okay. I think you have understood that what you mean by sentence clearly. Let us move on to different types of sentences. Okay. Let us move on to different types of sentences. What are the types of sentences that we can study in this language? Types of sentences. The first sentence is assertive sentence. Assertive sentence. Okay. What do you mean by assertive sentence? Sometimes some types of sentences which will be similar to assertive sentences, they are also called as in different way, that is a declarative sentence, but all of them look similar. Let it be. But now let us understand what is assertive sentence. Assertive sentence is a simple statement. It is a simple statement. Okay. What does it mean? We have to understand. It is a statement. What do you mean by that? Okay. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India. Prime Minister of India. It is a statement. Assertive sentence means it is a statement. If you read that Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India. The sun rises. The sun rises in the east. Okay, if you take this, the sun rises in the east. It is also a statement. It is also a statement. Ravi, I will write one more sentence. General. Ravi is a student of class 10. Okay, maybe true. So these are all assertive sentences. These are all statements. Any sentence which is a statement, it will be considered as assertive sentence. Okay, this is one. Let us take the second type of sentence. What is that? Imperative sentence. Imperative sentence. Any statement, any sentence which is going to be like order. It is something like order, request, okay, or command. They are called as imperative sentences. What is that? We have to understand. We shall see with an example for this. Okay, go to the temple. Go to the temple. Ride a bike. Okay. Learn to ride a bike. Write a note on Mysore. Okay, take these examples. Go to the temple, learn to ride a bike, write a note on Mysore. Write a note on Mysore. So if you take these examples, they look like either order or command. Okay, give me your pen. Give me your pen. This is something like request. If you add the word please give me your pen. If you write this, it will be like a request. Okay, so any sentence which is something like order, request, advice, command, all these will be imperative sentences. You can add one more. Okay, what is the next type? That is the third one. That is interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence. So this is the third category, third type of sentences. Okay. These are questions. These are questions. It is very easy to understand. At the end of your sentence, if you have a question mark, then it is nothing but interrogative sentence. Sometimes, only when you read that sentence and understand the meaning, other types like imperative and assertive sentences can only be judged. But without reading a sentence, just by looking at the sentence which is having a question mark at the end of it, we can come to know that it is a question, it is an interrogative sentence. What is your name? What is your name? Where are you? Where are you going to? Where are you going to? Okay. Which class? Which class are you studying? Studying in. See all these sentences, at the end of these sentences you have a mark, that is question mark. These are all question marks. Okay. If you don't mention the question mark at the end of these sentences, definitely you cannot consider them as interrogative sentences. It is a must in writing. It is a must. This question mark is a must in writing. Why it is a must in writing? Because if you don't mention this, you cannot understand whether it is an interrogative sentence or something else. Okay. Sometimes these words, what, where, which, if you take who is Manu, okay, if you take this sentence, at the end of it there is a question mark. If I remove this, if I put it, if I mention just a full stop there, the sentence will be something different, because this who is going to become a different pronoun. In pronouns, the same words, what, where, which, who, all these will become either interrogative pronouns or relative pronouns. And these are going to become, these are going to give you a different meaning. Something like relative or something like reference, it will act. That's why it is very important to mention at the end of an interrogative sentence a question mark. In speaking, you can tell in such a way that it is a question. No need of mentioning the question mark. Only by varying the tone, you can make the audience understand whether it is a question or a reference. In the way you are going to mention it, in the way you are going to utter the sentence, by making variation in your own tone only, you can make the people understand whether it is a question or not. If it is a question, it will be understood to the people, it is a question. By listening to your tone, understanding, it can be mentioned as if it is a sentence only. Interrogative sentence only. But in writing, without mentioning the question mark, it is very difficult to make it as a question. Only when you mention the question mark at the end of the sentence, it will become interrogative sentence. That's why don't forget to mention the question mark at the end of the sentence. If you leave or if you put full stop, it will be something different. So now you have understood three different types of sentences: assertive sentence, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence. Let us know the fourth one, that is exclamatory sentence. That is exclamatory sentence. What do you mean by exclamatory sentence? The meaning of the word exclamation, exclamatory itself is indicating the meaning of that or the outcome of that sentence. Exclamatory sentence. What is that? We have to understand. This is the fourth category of sentences. Okay. It will be expressing surprise, wonder, happiness. Okay. And it will be sorrow, sadness. So all these types of feelings, these are all feelings, expressions. Okay. Any kind of emotional expression will be considered as exclamatory sentence. What a beautiful flower. What a beautiful flower. Okay. Now again here also we have to mention the exclamatory mark. Something similar to interrogative sentence. We have to mention exclamatory mark. What a beautiful flower. When you say that, when you speak out in the speech, it can be expressed by making variations in your tone. But in writing, if you don't mention the exclamatory mark, it will not convey it is exclamatory sentence. It is an exclamatory sentence. Whether there is some emotion that cannot be understood by the reader. Only when you have the mark, exclamatory mark, the reader can understand that it is an exclamatory sentence. Okay. Oh, alas. Okay. So these are all the words. These are all the words. Okay. They are going to mention some kind of expressions, some kind of emotions. Maybe they are surprise, wonder, happiness, sadness, whatever may be. But they are going to give some expressions, some emotional feelings will be expressed in the words. Those are called as such type of sentences which which gives the surprise, wonder, happiness, sadness kind of emotions, feelings. They are called as exclamatory sentences. Oh, he is good. He is fine. Or he won. He won the match. Okay. Alas, he is dead. Okay. When you read them, you will understand that what is the feeling in it. Okay. Only when you have the symbol, exclamatory mark, it will convey the meaning properly. That's why any sentence which is exclamatory, that should have the exclamatory mark, and also they must be able to carry some emotions with them. Such type of sentences are called exclamatory sentences. Now let us move on to the next thing, that is related to sentence only. Okay. Now we have to understand the sentence, how it is built and what are the components of a sentence. There will be two parts. One is subject and another one is predicate. These are the two parts of two main segments of a sentence. I will take the earth. The earth is a planet. Okay. Earth is a planet. So now this is one part and this is another part. The earth is one part, is a planet is another part. Take another example. Ravi is a student. If you take this is one part, is a student is another part. Okay. Here, Ravi is a person. Ravi is a person. The earth is a thing. And what we are telling is here. Okay. We are going to tell something about this person. We are going to tell something about this object or thing. Okay. That will come. What we are going to say, what we are going to speak, what we are going to describe, what we are going to mention about a thing or a person, that comes in the part called as predicate. Okay. This is called as predicate. Okay. What we say in the predicate about whom we are going to say, about what we are going to say, that is subject. Okay. The earth is an object. That earth is an object about which we are going to say something in the predicate. Here Ravi is a person about whom we are going to say something in the predicate. This part will become subject. Anything which comes before the verb, that is subject. Say for example, sugar is sweet. Sugar is sweet. You take the sentence, first identify which is verb. Where is verb? This is verb. And mark just before the verb. Like this. This part, anything which comes before this verb is subject. And whatever it comes after the verb, including that verb, that is nothing but predicate. Okay. So there will be two parts mainly. One is subject and predicate, another one is predicate, that is in the sentence. These are the two segments of a sentence, main parts of a sentence. They will give us something. What is that? What is the subject? Which is the subject? And what is said about that subject? Both will be mentioned in a sentence. Then only it is going to give us a complete sentence. Okay. So you understood about subject and predicate. What do you mean by subject? It is a person or a thing, a place about which we are going to say something in the predicate. And what is said about that person, that place, that thing, that is called as predicate. Okay. You take one more example to get clear. Mysore is a city. London is a city. Okay. Mysore is a city. Mysore is a place. Is a city. We get to know that Mysore is a city. Mysore the two main parts and how to identify those two main segments of a sentence. Okay? I think you are clear with this. Now, let us move on to another topic, that is, you know that sentence is nothing but a group of words. If it is not giving a complete sense, though it is a group of words, what will be called? Say for example, the sun rises in the east. Sun rises in the east. If you take this example, here there is a group of words. This entire thing is sentence because it is giving us complete sense. But when you don't have any thing and only these three words, they are group of words, they are giving some sense, but they are not going to be considered as sentence because which is not giving the complete sense. Such group of words are called as phrases. These words are called as phrases. Of course, these are also a group of words. It is also a group of words, but it is not giving a complete sense, but it gives some sense. It gives some sense, but not a complete sense. But not a complete sense. It gives some sense. They are called as phrases. Such type of words are called as phrases. In the corner, my house is in the corner. Okay. Ravi is studying in the class 12. Okay, in the class 12, of course it gives some sense but not complete sense. Only if it is accompanying other three words which are going to mention what is that Ravi is studying, it is going to become complete. Otherwise, it is not going to become complete. My house is, of course, it could be, but in the corner is going to make it complete. Without my house is, only the words in the corner cannot complete the sense. Okay, these type of groups which do not give complete sense but give some sense are called as phrases. Okay, so now let us understand another type of group of words which will be something similar to sentence but they are not going to be called as sentence. Okay, what is that? Ravi is a student. Okay, it is a sentence. Ravi is a student who is studying at BGS. Who is studying at BGS. So take these sentences. Ravi is a student. It is a sentence because it is giving a complete sentence. Ravi is a student who is studying at BGS. It is also a sentence because it is going to give us a complete sense. But here there are two things. Ravi is a student who is studying at BGS. If you take this sentence and divide it, Ravi is a student one part and who is studying at BGS. If you take this part, here you have one subject and predicate. Here also there are two things. One is subject and another one is predicate. there are two subjects. This is one subject and this is another subject, and this one is one predicate, this is another predicate. There are two subjects and two predicates in this sentence. And when you separate them, Ravi is a student. This is one sentence, and if you separate who is studying at BGS from the main sentence, if you write it, who is studying at BGS, if you separate it, it doesn't give us complete independently a meaning to us. Independently it cannot give us a meaning. Who is studying at BGS? Anyway, it doesn't carry a question mark. It carries a full stop at the end of the sentence. Only we have separated this part from the main sentence. Now, independently, it is not able to give us the meaning because it is depending on this sentence, this main sentence. Okay? Only when it is with this sentence, it gives us a complete sense. If it is separated, it cannot give us a complete sense. That's why we are going to call this as a class. We are going to call this as class. What do you mean by a class? A class is a group of words which will have subject and predicate of their own. They will be having subject and predicate of their own. And they will become a part of a big sentence. It is a bigger sentence compared to this one or this one. Ravi is a student who is studying at BGS. Both are same parts of the sentence. And they have their own subject and predicate. Ravi, who both are subject, is a student, is studying at BGS. Both are predicates. They are there in one sentence. If you have this kind of sentences, each part will be called as Ravi is a student, it is one class. Who is studying at BGS, that is another class. Okay. Where do we go to mention? When do we mention it is a class? It is a group of words. It will be a part of a sentence. It will have a subject and predicate of its own. Okay, then only we are going to say it is a class. Ravi is a student, it is one class. Who is studying at BGS is another class, because both are in the same sentences. The whole thing, then we are going to say it is a sentence. Okay, and here one important thing that we have to understand, what is that? What are the different types of classes? What are the different types of classes? We will have two different types of classes. One is main class, that is independent class. This is or subordinate class. Subordinate class. Or also we can say dependent class. We can say that dependent class, independent class and dependent class, main class or subordinate class. There are two types of classes. You take this example, same example you take. Ravi is a student. It is a main class, independent class, because without this also it can make its own meaning, complete sense it will give us. But when you take this part, this class, without this it cannot give us complete sense. Who is studying at BGS? Forget about Ravi is a student and just read who is studying at BGS. It is not going to give us complete sense, rather it is going to make us think twice to understand. It is going to create a question in our mind. Who is studying at BGS? When I say, is it a sentence, assertive sentence or interrogative sentence? If it is interrogative sentence, why there is no question mark in that? Oh, where is the answer? is going to create confusion or a question into our mind. Okay, so when you don't have answer independently when you read this part, then it is called as subordinate class or dependent class. If you don't depend on any other segment to mention the complete sense, to understand completely, that part will be independent class. Because without this part, it can give us complete sense. Only when this is there, it can give us complete sense. Otherwise, it cannot give. This part will be called as subordinate class. Okay, and now you will have several such sentences in English language which will have compound and complex sentences. Okay, what do you mean by compound or complex sentence? What do you mean by compound or complex sentences? Based on the clauses only, based on analyzing the clauses only, we will divide the sentences into compound or complex sentences. Compound sentence. Okay, or complex sentence. Okay, and one more, simple sentence. There you study 3-4 different types of sentences based on the function. Here, based on the structure, we are going to study 3 different types of sentences. One is simple sentence, say compound sentence, complex sentence. As I told you already, say Ravi is a student. Okay, there is only one subject and predicate. There is only one subject and one predicate. This is called as simple sentence. When you have only one subject and one predicate, then it is called as simple sentence. Okay, it doesn't depend on any other thing. It can make the meaning independently of itself. Okay, and now if you take the compound sentence, now we shall understand what is compound sentence. If there are 2 main clauses in a sentence, then it is called as compound sentence. Okay, if there is one independent class and one dependent class, it is nothing but subordinate class, then it is complex sentence. Just like this, Ravi is a student who is studying at BGS. Ravi is a student who is studying at BGS. Okay, if you take this sentence, this one is a main class. Main class. Only one subject and predicate, and it can give us the meaning independently without depending on the other class. That's why it is called as main class. And this part, if you take, it is called as subordinate class. Subordinate class. Subordinate class. Because without this, it cannot give us complete meaning. That's why it is called as complex sentence. If you have one main class plus one subordinate class, the sentence will be called as complex sentence. Compound sentence means two or more main classes will be there. All of them will be independent of their own, of each other. They don't depend on anything else for giving the complete meaning. Let us see one example for that. Okay. Ravi is a student. Ravi is a student and Ramu is a teacher. Okay. Ravi is a student, but Ramu is a teacher. To take this example, both are clauses only. Both are clauses only because it is in the same sentence. Both are there in the same sentence. This one is having subject and predicate of its own, and this one is having subject and predicate of its own. When you split it, when you remove it, if you put a full stop here, both are independent sentences. Okay. This sentence is not going to be depending on this one to give its meaning, or this sentence is not going to depend on this one to give its complete meaning. Independently, they can give meanings, complete sense they can generate in the reader's mind. Okay, but they are going to be put it in the same sentence. They are combined into one sentence by using the word but. The word but is going to connect both of them. Okay. These are conjunctions. But is a conjunction. It is used to connect both the clauses. Both the clauses are not going to depend on anything else. If you compare this sentence and this sentence, this is a complex sentence because this one is depending on this sentence. But here both are independent because both are not going to depend on any one of them to give its meaning. They are independent clauses. Both are called as main clause or independent clause. Okay. Such type of sentences will be called as compound sentence. Structurally, there are three different types of sentence: simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence. In this simple sentence, there will be one subject, one predicate. But here, in these two cases, you will be having more than one subject and one predicate. Take this example. Ravi is one subject. Who is one subject? Here also Ravi is one subject. Ramu is one subject. And here also he is a student, he is a teacher. Both are predicates. Okay. But in the simple sentence, it will be only one subject and predicate. Like this, we are going to understand the sentence in different way. That is structurally, there are three types. Okay. Bye.